Hello and welcome to Take Refuge 3D with me, Peter. I was just playing around just now and I thought, oh, that looks a little bit like a submarine. So, what I thought was, I'll find some images, I don't know, through an AI generator and we can just muck about with making a sub. I don't really know which of these I want to go for yet, but I kind of like these kind of dystopian vibe ones. So um, I think maybe this one's cool. Like it's not too complicated, and it's I mean, there's a lot of details on there. We don't need to add them all in this stream, but we'll see how it goes. So welcome everybody to Take Refuge 3D, and let's give this one a go. So I might just we'll just keep this on here. We'll just start a new. Just change this. Hello and welcome to Take Refuge 3D. There we go. That was the stream on my phone starting. Just test it. Now let's just make this always on top. Yep, which it is, and just get it like that. Maybe make it a little bit bigger to start with. Okay, let's just start a new file. Pop a hello in the chat if you're here to say hello, and we'll just go into front mode, or actually even side mode, and let's just start with a cylinder. Or even a center circle. Not going to worry too much about proportions or anything like that. And let's just give this a little bit of a tail. Something like that. As we bring this out, still needs to be quite kind of chunky. Excuse me. I'll just fill up the front of that. And the back needs to be a little bit more out, I think. Just blocking out our really basic shapes to start with. I don't know if I like that. So let's give that a loft. Get rid of those two curves. And we'll just join these together if we can. Patch the face on that. And let's okay, we're getting a shape. Let's just join these together if we can. Okay. It's not quite the shape that we're looking at, but how if we try and okay. Just really messing around right now. So on the top we have some of these shapes up here. So we'll create a guy like that, bring it down. I think we just bevel these out. And bevel that out like so. Thanks for joining, everybody. That's here so far. We'll just bring that up like that. Okay, so we can inset this. And bring it out. Okay, we're starting to get somewhere, but I think if we just duplicate that, I kind of want these to be a bit more fat, a bit more rounded like that. And let's inset that in there like that. And let's just do one more, because there's 3 on the image. And now we can play around like that. And just get these nice shapes. Let's bring this one down a little bit. Yeah, nice. Okay. I think I want to make this more circular if I can. But it's kind of long. So let's just scale the whole object up like that. And then we're getting more of that shape there. And it does... Oh, well. Not to worry. We're not really trying to follow these exactly. I would like to make some of these fins at the back and just get all this base shape before we start working on any details. Okay, so let's create a fin. They kind of look like shark fins to some degree. So let's just pull up from here. Actually, let's I think bigger than that. Just give me a second. Make sure I got the right chat. All right. Okay, let's just give some little curvature there. Maybe if we just subdivide that. Okay, and then we can rebuild the curve. I want some nice highlights on either side of this. So let's just, and we can just mirror that. Is it not quite in the middle? No, it's not. Okay. Just something like that. Is this two separate objects? No, we won't worry about that too much. We can make it a bit narrower. Okay. That kind of looks cool. Okay, and then let's do a radial array on that one. Boom. Kind of looks like a torpedo. Let's all right, these should, no, they're not far enough in. Scale that on the Z. And here we go. Hopefully that's all as one object, and hopefully we can now add fillets here. It doesn't like it, so let's find out why. Let's just destroy these fillets here. And in actual fact, let's just destroy a whole half of it. And let's delete that fillet. Okay, and then let's try and mirror it. Doesn't want to get rid of that middle loop, don't know why. What I might just do is see if it'll keep that middle loop and get rid of that. Okay, now we've got a middle loop. Let's add a doesn't want to patch the hole. Why is that? Because it's not a full loop. Let's join these together and then patch the hole. Did we get a patched hole? Yes, we've got a sheet there. We can thicken the sheet like so. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now we want to bring it down. Maybe give it a stretch. And now we can do a radial array. Okay. Oh, it doesn't like that. See if it'll do this. I think so. Yep. Okay, so once again, stepping back as always. Let's give this bottom edge here and here something so we can just bevel the, or so we can fillet the whole lot. How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's a Monday night here in Australia. I don't know what kind of night it is wherever you are watching from, or daytime, I would imagine. Fuck yeah, this is getting okay. Okay, our basic shape is starting to get some form. Yeah, let's get these Let's get these fins all finned up. Hopefully it'll let us do all at once. I really just want to make something just for fun tonight. Just mucking around, talking into the ether. Okay, let's see if we can bevel all of those. It's not going to like doing it all at once, is it? There we go. Lovely. Nice one. 11 AM in the UK. I lived in the UK for a very long time before I moved to Australia, and I lived in New Zealand before that. I do miss the UK sometimes. Boom. Alright, we're starting to get some shape and some form to this. Like I said, it's just a muck around. I'm not trying to exactly replicate any of these things. I'm just trying to get this kind of 1960s kind of retro future. I don't know, like Subnautica, Deathloop, that kind of vibe. Wonder if I should make this guy bigger. And narrower. Boom. And I think even it shouldn't be so. Okay. I don't want to add that on to there just yet. This front kind of, I don't know, prison looking thing doesn't look like it makes all that much sense, but let's give it a go. And we'll just I think we're going to have to do that a different way. Let's start with a square. Or an oblong. A rectangle. Let's just subdivide that a few times. One time less. Art Deco 60s, I don't know, like not quite Art Deco, but more like fake Art Deco, like a cheap imitation of Art Deco, something along those lines. It's not that round, but I kind of like it. And let's scale it up a bit. We'll go Shift I, click on there. And yeah, and then scale it down. Get rid of that one. Shift I, click on there. And we want to go to hide occlusion as well, because that's probably gone out the back, hasn't it? Yeah, let's go back a couple of steps. Yeah, Shift I, hide occlusion, click on there. There we go. And then let's scale it down once. I do like the Art Deco kind of like, was it like Bioshock had like a lot of Art Deco uh, vibes going on. Okay. Now, kind of want to just hide that for now. Nope, not that. That. We'll just get rid of this little guy in here, and we'll just patch that. Okay. So I think we can choose these two and bring them in. And bring this guy out. Let's see if we can scale it up. That's created quite a funny shape there. Not quite what I wanted. Is it gonna extrude or what? Might just have to choose that and extrude. Oh no. Actually, fillet that in there. Why does it not want to do that? Let's do it this way. That does not like that. Make that G0. Is that just doing something really weird? Alright, let's just leave that for now, and actually just let's delete it altogether. There we go. And maybe we can just add some detail in it later. Let's shifty that one, make it a pipe, and just bring that quite chunky. Whereabouts in the UK do you live? I lived in London, Leeds, Glasgow, Aberdeen, and a few places in Europe over the years in my wild youth. Let's just make that a pipe for now as well. Yeah, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen's amazing. And it's like a bit wacko as well. Okay. Those kind of bars. It's just going to let me go in now. Yay. I don't know if I even want that there now, that pipe. North London. Lovely. I stayed in North London last time I was in London, and Tottenham. But when I lived in London, I mostly lived in south side Brixton. Alright, let's try and get some of these weird... Actually, let's just see what happens if we loft these two. Can we do it as a G2? Oh yes. Let's... Alright, I think I just want to get the vibe of it, not necessarily the... It does need those bars though, doesn't it? So let's try and... What are we going to do? It would be awesome if we could turn this into some kind of lattice. Actually. Let's just see if I can bring that out. Oh. Let's see if I can bring that out. Isolate it. And let's just... Can I... Let's rebuild the curve. Okay, there we go. It's not quite... It's a bit weird, isn't it? Where are these vertexes? We can't. I don't know. Don't know if that was a good idea or not. Let's go back a couple of steps. Boom shakalaka. Alright. How am I going to do these bars? Maybe I use an imprint. Alrighty, actually, is the simple option just the good one? And curve array, maybe? Oh, hold on. No, not the good option. Maybe just a regular. Let's make this the construction plane. And on the x-axis, something like that. And let's just turn them all into pipes. See what happens. Yeah, there we go. I'll just scale them on the Z so that they intersect. And I won't join them to the mesh yet, but we'll see how it goes. I've had a lot of complaints that my sound quality or my sound wasn't loud enough. If it's not loud enough, please let me know and I'll try and edit my OBS settings. Let's do that on the X. Okay. All right, we'll get one of these guys. On the X. I just one of these straight guys actually. But why have I not got a... There we go. Okay. And we'll make another array on the... Thank you, I appreciate that. I had to Google how to use OBS because I'm still new to all of this stuff. Let's make those out like that. Let's scale them on the X, and then let's make these all pipes as well, but maybe just have them back a bit. Alrighty. Or maybe forward a bit. Something like that. Don't know if it's perfect, but we can come back to it if we need to. We've got that kind of shape. I just want to do a test to see if it will fill it. Let's actually join these together, and with that, and are we into solids now? Let's just do a test to see if this will fill it well. Alright, it does, but I don't want to do that just yet because I want to maybe edit it in a moment. And let's go and have a look at another large detail. There's these aerials, this bulgy bit, this window. I do think, let's just start surfacing it on this guy and let's just see what we come up with. Okay. Let's just, if we can. And that goes in. And then it's got a, so, we're not going to be able to do the alt control trick on that because there's too many other edges. And boom shakalaka. I maybe want to bring that in a bit more. Blam, macaroni. There we go. We're not going to get away with the G1 on that. Okay, that's fine for now. Maybe if we do a G2 fillet on that, and then maybe it will allow us to do a G2. G1's fine. Boom. Okay. Except what the fuck is that? Maybe let's just do G1s in certain places and not others. Is that going to go weird? Is that going to go weird? No. Is it just this one that's going to go weird? Yep. Keep that as a G0. Boom. Okay. That looks okay to me. Let's just have a little surface test. Yep, that's looking nice and filleted. Now this one's got like a nice cool bulgy thing. I don't know how we're going to do that, but let's give it a go. I wonder what happens if we just do this whole thing. No. I'm all about happy accidents and not really thinking about what I'm going to do next when I do things like this. These like fun little play around exercises. Okay, so that's cool. Maybe we can just inset that. And what happens if we take it out? Okay, is that going to let us do the cool stuff, or is it going to be a deck? I think it's going to be a deck where we can just deselect those, deselect those. Cool. Okay. Doesn't quite look the same. However, fuck it, let's get some lines on that. Oh. Okay, there we go. Actually, how would we do that? Actually, we'll just start them about here. Lock it to the, hang on. Okay. Cool. Now let's just do an array roughly to there. How many lines is there? About 8, something like that. We'll make that 9. And then we can drag them all across because we can see where the central one needs to be on that central line. And we can just go Shift I, imprint onto that, normal. Okay, actually we could have made them a little bit longer, so let's just go back to our custom plane and we can go scale them up, drag them down, Shift I, normal. Okay, now let's see if we can just hide our curves for now. See if we can duplicate these. Okay, and turn them into pipes. I'm using a lot of pipes today. Okay, that's cool. Is it going to allow me to do the cool stuff? Okay, let's grab all of these. One by one. And I'm having fun. Just playing with shapes. Alright. Let's just drag those down on that Z. Okay. And let's just Q, boom. And fingers crossed, it's going to let us do cool stuff like that. Yep. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll fail on one of them. No. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I do have some screencast keys. Let's see if I can turn them on for you. Just give me a second. And I'm still here. Alright, bear with me. I'm going to try and find these screencast keys that I've got. Won't be long. Or have I bloody deleted them? Oh, here we go. I think this might be it. Yep. Okay. Back with you. Can you see the screencast keys? Thank you. Yeah, I think I've got screencast keys working now. I'm not going to go and edit the settings, so feel free to... I think they're staying long enough on the screen. And I'll try and shout out some of the keys that I'm saying as well. I just want to see what happens if we... Let's turn off our custom plane. I don't know if this is going to be worth the time. No. We'll leave those on there. And we'll just... I think I'm just going to delete all of my curves so far. Just cleaning up as I go. Why have I still got a sheet? Where is that? I forgot where I'd forgot where I'd saved the screencast keys, because it's just a okay, let's give these fins some fillets if it'll let me. Okay. I do like how these kind of curve in. But let's just see what we can do with this, if we can do anything. Oh, yeah. It's not going to give us a G2 though. Will that give us a G2? No. Okay. Let's G1 all of these, because that looks pretty good. So just shift Xing to get rid of faces, pressing tab to get into the G1, and we'll just try and give this some extra shape. Sometimes I feel like all these little details don't matter, and then when you look at the final product, once you start texturing and things like that, you're like, wow, that really makes a difference. Especially when it would be cool if there was a better way to preview lighting with plasticity. See, that one doesn't go all the way around. However, let's just do it anyway, if it'll have us. No, it doesn't like that. Let's we managed it on that. So, let's just mirror. What kind of idiot am I that I'm not even mirroring these things? That may cause us problems later on. but we will see. Okay, so we got that on both sides and up the top by the looks of things. No, this one's not. Well, that's, yeah, okay. Let's do that again. Okay, and I do not like the fact that we've got this big line in the middle now, but let's just is what it is. All right, okay, cool. Getting somewhere. I still think it could look more kind of dystopian. I love these panels. I would normally do those in texturing, but I think I really want to do them in detail on this. But let's see what we can do in terms of extra details here. Let's carry on with these little, I know I didn't get that shape proper, but I just want to see what happens if I can surface this area here. If it'll have me. Whoop, that's not fun. No. Okay, so let's try this. There we go. Let's pull that out. Okay, let's loft these two together and see what it looks like. Oh, didn't get that top part. And was that a sheet? Between this and Blender, well, I've only been using this for like, I've only been using this for since it came out, like April. It's a totally different workflow because in Blender to get these kind of shapes here, excuse my air conditioner, almost for these kind of like bulbous shapes, I would almost use ZBrush for sculpting previously, almost, after getting the base shape in Blender. It's just one of those things. CAD modeling is way different to poly modeling, and I mean, honestly, I'm a Blender user. Like that's my main jam. That's my main software. But Plasticity has really opened up a lot of doors for me, because if you watch a lot of the, I don't have a lot of time. I've got a day job that's not in 3D, and I've got shit to do in life, family, everything. So Plasticity has opened a lot of doors for me, because obviously you can do a lot of these operations, these Boolean operations and stuff, like way quicker than you would be able to in Blender. And that's just a time saver for me. Like obviously you've still got to clean it up in your poly softwares, but I even made a plugin to help solve that problem for myself. So it's not a major one in terms of, is it going to loft me? No. Let's see if we can loft that. And ooh. So yeah, I think they both serve their place. Like there's stuff that's really easy to do in poly modeling that's impossible to do in CAD. So I'm just going to hide this main sub part. So yeah, compared to Blender, I don't think I can really compare it to Blender, to be honest. With you, it's completely different, and I still use Blender for loads of things, like geometry nodes in Blender is amazing, like procedural modeling. I did play around with Houdini a few years ago, and that gave me like a quite a lot of insight into that sort of side of things, and I made like a cool Ivy generator in Houdini, and that was my sort of introduction to procedural modeling. And then obviously when geometry nodes came out, I started to play around with that, and that was nice and fun. However, they changed the way that all the nodes worked after I just spent like 3 weeks learning it. So I threw a bit of a tantrum and didn't use it for like the next 2 years because I was unhappy with having learnt something. But they obviously did it for a reason, the Blender guys, because I think it was limited in how far you could go with it. So they obviously expanded it to make it more. Well, that one did imprint to the other side. Maybe I can get a cool detail on the back here. What's your preferred modeling software? Are you a Blender guy, or what do you use? Let's get these in. And let's get these out. This can be like the exhaust. Yeah, the propeller probably should go there. Okay, let's get rid of this shit. So let's take this back a few steps. Am I going to be able to patch that? Single G0 planar. It does not like a patch there. What about if I can just do one at a time? That's why it does not like that. Recommendation: learn Blender first. It's not that Plasticity is hard to use, it's just that it's very niche. And a lot of the stuff in Blender is transferable to Plasticity. So if you want to learn a 3D modeling software, I highly recommend learning Blender, because it's got pretty much everything apart from what Plasticity can do. So it's got sculpting, poly modeling, which is pretty much your basis for everything. If you want to do stuff for game engines, unless you're an industrial designer, you're going to pretty much want to convert anything into polygons. If you want to do for artworks or 3D animation or anything like that, you probably want to go with polygons. Even the stuff that you make in CAD, you're going to turn into polygons later on. So start with Blender, do the basic, write a passage, whether that's, Blender Guru or one of the other sort of top Blender channels. And then you can take it from there. Plasticity is a different kind of workflow. If you like what you see in Plasticity, don't hesitate to start with that though, because the hotkeys in Plasticity are just completely completely different to, or completely the same as Blender almost. So like if I just open up Blender now, Blender's a lot more of a complex, well, it's not more complex, it is more complex, there's more to it. It's got everything that, it's not just even a 3D software, it's like a 2D software, and it's like a video editor, and it's a everything, if it will actually load. I think we've loaded it. So, you know, we've got Blender here, and you've got, let's just bring in a icosphere, a few more subdivisions. So you got modeling mode, so you can independently extrude different faces and add detail. You can subdivide things. So it's just a completely different workflow. And then you can go into sculpting mode, and you can just start, you know, adding detail like that. I think that's in sub mode for some reason. It's a little bit, I don't know if I've got sculpting mode set up very well, but I usually use ZBrush for sculpting, so that's my go-to. Why is everything in negative? But you get the point. You can, it's a completely different software. Then you've got texture painting, so you can texture your models. Shading, it's got 2 different renderers, plus you can add external renderers. It's got full compositor, like I guess like a node-based kind of Photoshop or like DaVinci Resolve. Geometry nodes, like you can make your own modifiers. For example, I made a circular array modifier. If I turn that on, and you can, like, it's just a completely different software to Plasticity. So anyway, that's Blender. Good fun. Probably a few years ago when I started it, people used to laugh at it and think it was like, you know, not a very good software, and it's just like come in leaps and bounds since I started using Blender. The only reason I started using it was because it was free, and that's probably the main reason most people start using it. But because of that, companies invested in it, and so did individuals, and it's become pretty fucking cool over the years. Compared to when it started, it was kind of janky. Alright, let's get some of these details. I think I was working on up here a bit. I got the bulge, I got the window, let's get these aerials in here. So let's just start with a cylinder. Actually, I think I prefer to start with one of these guys. We can just add a loop cut, press tab to, okay, number 1. Let's duplicate that, bring it down, bring it across, scale it up, but let's just make the pivot there and scale it like that. Okay, maybe that one can go down the back. Just bring it down a little bit. Oh. Okay, slowly getting somewhere. Let's look at it in orthographic mode. Let's have a look in, let's give everything a material. We've got 4. Oh, Maybe make it a little bit metallic. No, it's not going to bother in this mode, is it? Let's bring the roughness. Okay, there we go. Cool. Starting to get a feel for it. And let's just make it fun and make it feel like we're under the water a little bit. Okay, under the water. Great. Alright, let's get back into a proper matte cap. Alright, let's get some of these little porthole things. I know it's next to the window over there, but my window comes quite far around, so I think I'm going to put a couple underneath. So let's, oh, not Shift X, Shift Space to create a construction plane. And I always double click that. Okay, this is a funny little angle to be on. However, it should do the trick. And let's Shift and I to imprint the curve, make it face the normal. Let's just hide that curve. Okay, now we can bring that in like that. Give this a little bit of a fillet. Let's see if we can get a nice little bulge on here. What should I do? Shift D, Shift S. Oh, and let's get an arc, 3-point arc. Bring it down here. And what angle do we want to bring it out on? Like the Z? Y? Let's try that again. 3-point arc. Go into our take that from there to there. That is not what I wanted. Man, I watch some of these Plasticity channels and look like the guys with their surfacing skills are just like super pros. Like I just have not had enough time to get those skills. Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, get that curve out like that. Let's see if we can patch that. And is it going to... Okay, let's... Let's Alt E. Let's just hide this guy for a second so it's not confusing. Okay. Alt E. Okay, there's one there. Okay. No, that did not separate that, so... Alt E. There we go. Oh, it's a funny shape, isn't it? It inherited some of the curve. So, Alt E. Just trying to split this curve up. Doesn't want to. Let's rebuild the curve. Okay, there we go. That's on there. That's on there. Let's try the Alt-E thing now. Is it going to actually give me points though? Ah, there we go. I think I'm running a fool's errand here. Let's try this. No. Start again. Let's go back. That's not how I'm going to deal with that. Sometimes, when you're doing something like this, the easy way, or the way that might be the one that works best. Give it a new body. Scale it. And this is just so janky. Fuck it. Did it work? Did it join? Okay, that kind of worked. No, we'll just leave it as is. Now, what else do we want? Another one of some kind. Let's get rid of this guy. See how it merges in over there. Let's see if we can give it some forms. I'm getting warnings that the stream is playing up. All good or no? Okay, I'm just going to leave like that as like that. And let's make this a construction plane. Okay. Don't know why that doesn't want to be a construction plane properly. Maybe try this. What is that even? Does not like that. Let's try this. Just trying to get some better shapes. There we go. That kind of gave us a nice firm. Except this is missing. What even is that? How has that even happened? Oh, is that on both sides? Now let's mirror this. Oh, but it's on that side. What happens if I take it back a few steps? What are these lines? Can I select that whole loop? Okay. I have no idea what I've done here. How come I'm getting all of these? Okay. I am just going to ignore that for now. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll give these nice long portal kind of windows. They can all go in a bit like that. Or maybe they can come out. All right. So what you want to do to get these everything selected all at once, you hold down Shift and Alt, Control and Alt, and you select that. If you want to add to the selection, you also need to press Shift. And we've done that on all three of them, should be, and we should be able to start getting a nice shape out of that. Let's bring these back in, like so, and let's just fill it, the inner parts, holding down Shift to expand our selection. Okay, something like that. And actually, let's try and use a G2. If it will let us, maybe it'll let us bring it out a bit more. No. Okay, and then we can get rid of these three. Give them all G0s by the looks of it. I don't think we need to do anything there. Alrighty. Are we in orthographic mode? Yes. Let's go into perspective mode. Okay, I kind of like that. Nice. But that one doesn't like it. Why? Let's just take the whole thing around. Select that one. Yep. Okay. This top part's starting to look like a top part should. Okay. And let's do like another random, like a manhole, and then we'll work on that propeller that I got distracted by. Let's do a manhole kind of thing, cover. Maybe the aerials can all go behind the manhole. Bring that down a bit, like that. And let's just Q that. And let's give this a caudal. Fill it. And what happens if we... Okay. There's a couple of gaps in there. Let's select that. Just gonna maybe add some tertiary details in here if I can. Actually, Um, okay, no. I should probably look at some reference of a manhole. However, I'm just going to play it by eye. It can have some kind of latch. Let's just I don't know, let's whack a actually let's open hang on, not open, new window. Open, and just remember to save this. This is going to go into sub. If you watched one of my last streams, I absolutely fucked it by not saving my file. Where are we? There we go. Let's get some screws. Just gonna okay. Just got my screws on the other screen. Something like this hex should be good. Okay, scale that up. Scale it down. Okay, let's select both of these. Let's move this one somewhere nearer to the edge. And let's give this one a radial array. On the center. And that's not really loving it, but we'll just escape out. Let's just scale that further like that. And let's give it another radial array from the center of that. Maybe it will. And give this one a radial array here. Select this object. And let's see if we can boolean this out. It's probably going to fail because it's in a weird place. Oh no, we want to join this to this first. And then we want to boolean it. We're in the wrong mode. I don't know if this is going to work, you know. Oh, it worked. Okay, now I've just got to select all of these ring loops. Is that going to work? How much fun. Some of them look janky as shit, but who cares? I tried to do that on a surface it should not have worked on. Is this going to work? No, it's not going to work on that. We'll just leave it as is for now. That can be dealt with later. But there's a manhole there. How does it open? It's got a... Got to think about the logic of these things. It's got a... guy that comes out like that. And... something like that. And I feel like it would have something going through like that. And why is there a random face there? It's okay. Because this is a sheet. No, let's just leave that for now. And when we go back to this object, yeah, that's how it opens. It's got a ball on the end to hold it with. And that goes like that. And you spin it around. Okay, doesn't make that much sense, but it's on top of there now. And it makes enough sense that somebody would go, oh, maybe that's how you open the manhole. Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Okay, so that was a little bit of a detail that probably didn't need to go on there yet. However, kind of want to get these screw holes. This is what I do. I start focusing on details that nobody's going to see. It's a very bad habit, but let's just do it just for me not going crazy about the fact that this doesn't have a highlight. Okay. There we go. Okay, what are we going to do next? I'll get rid of the screws. I don't think I'll use those again today. And let's get some random of these bulbs and stuff imprinted on there. And some paneling. Actually, let's do the paneling. Let's grab a curve. Like that. Actually, let's grab a circle like that. And let's grab this curve from here. Okay. Let's make this circle a construction plane. Let's mirror that down there. Okay, let's trim this out. Let's trim this out. And this out. And this out. Let's join these together. Let's bevel those. Let's trim that and that. And give this a bridge curve. No. Oh yeah. A bridge curve. Actually, no, this is a bridge curve here. Okay, there we go. And a bridge curve. This one. Okay. And let's join these together. Duplicate it. Scale it down. Scale these guys on the Z. And let's add one of those bridge curves. The wrong one. One of these bridge curves. If it will allow me. Actually, let's just join this up like that. And mirror it as well. Drag this to hit that. Join these two together, or all these together. J. Does that work? Okay. Why did it not work on that one? Let's rebuild the curve. Oh, that one worked. Okay. So, let's pull this out. Might be getting a bit strange now. G. And let's just Shift I. Normal. Okay. And I wanted to go through. Shift I. Normal. Okay. Maybe not normal. Shift I. went all the way through. Okay, great. Ballast vents. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to panel it. I just want to see if this whole thing works. So we'll just Shift D, pipe those, and just make them way fatter if it's going to actually work. $23 mils, so this wants to be like this is where I probably could have actually tried to start using a proper scale from the beginning. And let's call that 25 millimeters. Okay. Oh, and I randomly piped this guy here as well while I was at it. That's actually not a bad idea. Why don't I mirror that random pipe that I made? If it'll allow me. Get rid of my temporary construction plane. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's just grab you wherever you are. Bring you down like that. Okay. Let's just actually Q. And here we go, getting some of that weird detail in there. However, I think those pipes are too fat. And I don't like the curve exactly, but we'll work with it. What we'll do is we'll make some more curves. We'll make all of this say paneling. And let's Shift D. Pipes. 25, no, we'll go 18 millimeters. Okay, that's all good. Now we can start to get them out. This may not work, but let's give it a go. Alrighty. Is that going to work? Boolean failed. I'm not surprised. Why did it fail? Because Shift D. Shift D. Shift D. Shift D. Now let's take these one by one. Pipe. 18 millimeters. I'm going to copy that. Press OK. Okay, let's Boolean that one up. Q. Alright, 1. Shift D. No, I don't need to Shift D it, do I? there more than one in there now? No. P, paste, enter. And let's get rid of this guy. And this guy. And they will intersect like that. That's okay. Maybe scale these up. I don't know. I'm going to pipe those in. P, paste, enter. Okay. I'm going to remove them. No. And you. Okay. Didn't work, so let's give that another go, one by one. 4. Does not like it, so let us bring it in a little bit. There we go, that kind of worked. Now let's get rid of these curves. I think I'll just mirror this. Get rid of these. Doesn't really matter if I'm going to mirror it, does it? Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. So it's a little bit odd looking at this stage. I really don't know if I got that curve as cool as that one there. But let's just add some stuff to it. Okay. So here I'm gonna go cute. B. Right, let's start that again. I think we'll do like that. And if it will let us. Okay, we'll leave that as is. And this will be the cabin area there. Maybe I'll start to get these all joined on as well. Did that actually work? Yes, it did. And we can get some of these fillets in here. Okay. Caudal, if it'll let me. No. Conic. Yep. Okay, and they're not actually joined either side. Oh, except down there they kind of are, so will it let me fillet those just so we get these kind of little welds on there? Will it let me do a caudal one? Yep, all good. And I don't know if there's any other joins. Oh, there is at the top. So we'll do those as well. And we'll make that caudal as well. We'll try and match it that size. Okay, cool. Now, I'm really unhappy about that side detail, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. It is starting to look kind of cool. Oh, the propeller. We forgot about the propeller. All right. I'm going to do a real shitty propeller. Probably scale it down. Actually, let's start with a circle. And let's just not think about it at all. Let's hide this. Okay. So, do any of these have a picture of a propeller on them? Well, that's a bit weird. AI generator. No, let's just wing it. This is just the worst propeller I've ever done. Okay. Okay. Let's go back a step. Okay, don't judge this propeller. Whoa. Oh well, it's only a muck around. I'd spend a lot more time on it if I didn't feel like time was running out. But we'll go like that. This is the worst propeller in the world for the worst submarine in the world. How many blades? I think that'll do. And let's just join all these together, if it'll let me. And scale it down. That propeller is just for doing farts. This is just like the stupidest. Well, I think I went with 6. We can do 5. But this is just the worst propeller in the world. We'll do 5. All right. We'll leave it at 6. But it's just I can't believe I made that. It won't even let me fill up these. Okay. Alright. That is literally not there for doing much. Now, I kind of want to leave it at that just tonight. However, let's just quickly go into Blender and connect our plasticity. Let's see if I've got any kind of material I can whack onto this. Just quickly to see if we can get a... Let's go to plasticity and connect it. What have we got in plasticity? A blue sea. Only visible. What's the sheet? Oh, that's still... Did that not... What is the sheet? What happens if I delete it? Nothing. Okay, let's select everything. Go to Blender. Refresh. Okay. Let's just have a look at that. In Blender. Change another one to one of my hard surface matte caps. Yeah, I'll probably get rid of those at some point. These, I get a better pattern on there. But, just for the sake of texturing it, let's change it to Ngons and live link. Refacet. Is that got us Ngons? Yep. And let's change this to an asset browser. See if I've got something here. Oh, I can't believe I downloaded that. All this shit. Materials. Unassigned. All. Okay, maybe this will. Let's just drag that into there. Yep. And UV. I'll actually go this one. Okay. And let's mark everything it seems. No. Alice object. And hotspot. Is it going to do it? If my computer crashes, it's because I did something stupid. Alright, there goes Blender. It's acting weird. Let's just look at plasticity for a second. Yep. Maybe shouldn't have done that for all of those items. Maybe I'll just close Blender and do it just for the main item in a second. Okay, that was probably not the wisest. Let's give this another go. Okay, just for this object. Nothing else. Okay. Gonna refacet that to Ngons. Okay. Lost a little bit of the detail when we did that. But let's go back to our asset browser. Let's go back to our asset browser. Dream UV, bring this out. Apply the material just to that. Let's just unwrap it quickly. Okay. And where is it? Dream UV up there. Atlas object there. And I just wanna, is it gonna go weird? No, it kinda didn't. Kinda worked. So now we can just do things like this and like hotspot. And we can add panels. Hotspot. 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 Kinda doesn't look great, but you get the picture. I think I want to play around with this submarine again. And we can maybe I kind of want to do it to that as well. Unwrap it first. And actually, ooh, I'm going to go back to plasticity and refacet that. Is it Engons? Okay, and then we can just, this is probably a dumb idea. It's got all of these. This is a real dumb idea, but let's just do it one by one. Hotspot. Hotspot. I don't think this text is the right one. However, hotspot. Yeah, just messing around at this stage. It kind of looks cool. I think just with the matte cap is fine. Let's just delete it again. Go to the plasticity, refresh, and let's look at it with a different matte cap. Shiny. I like the front. I do not like these. I hate them, but can deal with that at another time. Bit of a moody one. That one looks like it's under the sea. I just like to go and look at something with a matte cap to sort of make sure that I'm not going insane. I think the top looks cool. I think what we can actually do is actually now merge that top with the body. And then we can start to see some fillets on these edges. And then see what that looks like. And we're just starting to get, hang on, why is that not working all of a sudden? It just worked a second ago. Oh yeah, there we go. Actually, all it needs is a little. We'll only do one side at a time. That's what we can do. And make it match that one. Okay. So we're getting that going around. That's not too shit hot. These all need fillets as well. This is probably going to be a pain in the ass. No, who cares? Let's just refresh that. And there we got it. Nice little curve in there. Alright. I think that we'll leave that stream there tonight. I might do, I don't know, some more work on this, or I might just leave it as is. It was just a fuck around, a little mess around. One of the jankiest propellers on the planet. Are those even gonna... It's rotating around. Let's make the set origin to geometry. There we go. Worst propeller in the world. Alrighty. Have a nice night, everybody, and a nice day on the other side of the world. See you in the next one. Tschüss.